A lot of you have asked for a more in-depth version of the Knead Bread recipe, so I'll walk you guys through my process. I'm not a bread expert, but this is why this recipe is so awesome for people like us. It's really as easy as combining everything in a bowl and mixing it together until you don't see any clumps of flour left. I like to use a wooden spoon so it doesn't clump all over my hands. It's gonna look like a mangled mess after you mix it, but that's totally normal. Cover it with some plastic wrap or a damp paper towel, and then you let it hang out outside of your fridge for 12 to 18 hours. So this specific loaf has been going for 16 hours, and this is what it looks like. You can see that it's risen a lot and the gluten formation's really beautiful. At 90% hydration, this is a really wet dough, so you want to minimize contact as much as possible. Wet your hands a little before doing the fold, and then the dough won't stick on you. You're gonna grab the dough, pull up and towards you, and push it down towards the center. You're gonna do this on all sides, so that's about 4 or 5 turns. And that's all the touching of the dough you have to do. You want to dump your bread out onto parchment seam side down, and this is going to make putting it into your Dutch oven pot a lot easier. And cover so it can proof for another 2 hours. This part's very important. You want to go the full 2 hours. After the first hour has gone by, you want to start preheating your oven at 450. You want to stick both your Dutch oven pot and the lid. After 2 hours, you're going to check in on your beautiful dough. I like to sprinkle a little bit of flour on top, and that's going to get you the pattern design that you see on sourdough breads. And using a sharp knife or scissors work as well. You want to make an incision down the middle. This is the most basic scoring that you need. If you have a sharp razor blade, you can do all sorts of cool designs. If not, this will work just fine. And that controls how the steam escapes your bread. And this is where the parchment's very crucial. It makes transferring over your Dutch oven pot a lot easier. You can imagine the nightmare of trying to put your dough by hand into this hot pot. Be careful putting your lid back on, and then you're going to throw it in the oven for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes with the lid on, you're going to take it off and then cook it for an additional 25 to 30 minutes. The secret to a really nice crust is to cook it with the lid off a lot longer than you think you should. My bread, I went 25 minutes, but I probably should have gone an extra 5 minutes and cooked it for the full 30. Once your bread's done, you want to let it cool on a wire rack for about an hour until it's completely cooled down. And that'll help retain the shape of your beautiful loaf of bread. And now you can use this for all sorts of things. And it makes incredible toast as well if you slice it really thick. And one of the best ways to enjoy fresh baked bread is just a knob of butter. This is Kerrygold's butter right here. Everyone was wondering why it's so yellow. This truly is one of the best recipes, and baking bread can be so much fun. Thank you so much for watching, and have fun baking.